Before we get to the meat of this video, I'd just like to point out that I don't have any issue with the Frozen Orb servers. In fact, I believe that they're probably the best servers out at the moment. Arcane's heading in the right direction with Potion PvP. They've employed the use of 1v1 tournaments. They've obviously updated their anti-cheat system. They've also implemented a leaderboard system, something that players have been asking since Kohi went down a year or two ago. So obviously they're trying to move in the right directions, but as with the release of any new server, there's some issues, and the biggest issue now, at least for me, is that clearly some people are getting banned falsely who shouldn't be banned, So I'm just here to offer some constructive criticism to the server and just say, hey, maybe you guys need to take a step back and reevaluate your method of doing things. Before we get to my specific case, I'd just like to go over some instances of Arcane falsely banning people in order to strengthen my case, at least on my end. I'll have facts and I'll have evidence proving myself legit later on, but right now we're going to focus on these two cases here with Hudge and Mikester. If you don't know these two individuals already, I strongly recommend that you go and subscribe to them because they are great YouTubers, and I think that they make quality content. Most important thing about Mikester and Hudge, at least at this moment and for the point of this video, is that both of these individuals have access to Cheatbreaker. Cheatbreaker is a 1.7.10 client offered by J-Halt and his staff team. It's a client-side anti-cheat. It's on the player's side, so if you can't inject anything to it, I don't think you can auto-click on it. Actually, I think that there's a video of someone auto-clicking on Cheatbreaker, but for the most part, you can't use blatant cheats. So Cheatbreaker has been, for the last couple months, at the pinnacle of proving yourself legit. Everyone with Cheatbreaker has been actually validated as a legit person. Recently, Arcane has employed the use of a ban wave system, somewhat similar to the Bad Lions Judgment Day bans, but instead of it being on a particular day and them banning hundreds of players within the span of a couple hours, Arcane has actually decided to do constant ban waves throughout the day. They're banning players throughout the day without assessing them. And this in and of itself is not a flawed system. My issue, however, are these two bans. So Mikester got banned recently he got banned 3 days ago off of a staff member spectating him. The staff member just thought that he looked fishy. I mean, I can play the video here.
I'm recording. So...
Yeah,
hello?
yeah, I saw that. I was like, okay, like, I thought you were someone that was not on my eye. That kid is just normal. I don't know,
Right.
the way you were, okay, yeah, the way you were moving, right, and I was looking at you closely, it's weird that the way you're moving away from someone and then started attacking was, like, so weird, but...
My issue with this particular instance is that clearly, at least that staff member there wasn't educated enough, and based on his own discretion, he just decided to ban someone out of the blue. So that's obviously a clear issue on the part of Arcane. And the bigger issue there is that it's clearly said in this video, he wouldn't have gotten him banned if he wasn't on Cheatbreaker. So just based on the staff member's discretion, he would have been banned. That would have been the end of it. He would have been banned from TS, and everyone who supports him would have thought that he cheated. It's almost the same scenario with Hudge, except I don't believe that a staff member was spectating him. I believe that Hudge was actually banned off of logs. Hudge was just doing some ranked matches, and he got banned by a staff member, or I don't know how he got banned, but he got banned off a staff member, and I think that they claimed it was through logs. So Hudge also has access to Cheatbreaker, and like I said before, if you have access to Cheatbreaker, then clearly you aren't cheating. So he got him banned because he was recording and he was able to show that he was on Cheatbreaker. So that's good. But the fact of the matter is that Hudge, as a legit player, was able to set off of these logs enough to the point that a staff member or the anti-cheat decided that it was time for him to get banned. So my point there is, if a legit player is able to set off logs to the point where, hey, the anti-cheat decides to ban him or a staff member decides to ban him, is it not possible that there are more and even multiple false bans? Because obviously their system hasn't been tweaked since this point in time. With Hudge, if a legit player can set off logs, then clearly there's some issue. Yeah, the anti-cheat side that are giving false positives. iRoast here is another YouTuber who's been in the community for a while, and he got false banned while fighting a famous player, much like myself. Just from a third-person perspective, he got banned by Blitzkrieg. So this is another instance of a staff member just deciding that they're going to ban someone off their own discretion and not giving them a second chance. It's ridiculous that there's several instances where Arcane has just banned someone off of a third-person perspective or based off of false positives. It's important to note that all of these videos have been made in the last couple of days during the constant banning of cheaters. So my last case here is going to be with Potfast. Potfast is a person who clicks 6 CPS, and he's just gotten randomly banned because, according to the staff, he was cheating. If a person that clicks 6 CPS and has proven constantly that he doesn't cheat at all, maybe there's a chance that, you know, more people are getting banned who aren't cheating. You know, maybe your system's a little bit too sensitive. So now we're going to move forward with my case. In my case, I was just playing ranked on an alt, and I got false banned, but they claimed that I got banned off of logs. But as we saw earlier, clearly a legit person can set off logs, and clearly those people weren't cheating, so I'm not exactly sure how they are still deciding that people are cheating when there's something wrong with the anti-cheat that's making people set off logs. I don't believe in my case that I was actually setting off any logs. I've been playing on Airwolf for the last 5 or 6 months now, and I've never gotten banned on any server, including Frozen Orb servers, with their current anti-cheat, and I don't believe I've ever set off any logs, or else when I fought Stimpy and beat him a couple times, I would have probably been banned then. So, you know, just as a point. Now, I just want to show you this first clip. This clip was taken from the very moment that I logged into the server on the Airwolf account. I was planning to record something along the lines of a Legend of Airwolf video or something like that, where it was just essentially like a whole bunch of people being like, holy shit, this random kid's like tearing my ass open. All throughout the clip, it's just a clip of me PvPing. You can hear my clicks very clearly. You can hear me talking. You can see my range does not change at all throughout the video. Obviously, I'm PvPing legit. And it's important to note that this video ends in 20 minutes, and this is not the point at which I got banned. I actually restarted this clip here because it was already 40 minutes long and there was a tournament starting. And I wanted to record the tournament, and like, obviously there would be more reactions because people tend to spectate tournaments, whatever. So there'd be more people accusating me when I get to the end of the tournament. You can see here, this video started 3:25 p.m. and this was the next video. This video here, in some way, shape, or form, got corrupted, and it can't play. I don't know why, but sometimes OBS will do this. But this is the clip that I got banned in here. In this clip, it's very much the same thing as this clip here. It was just me PvPing. I was just going through the motions. I actually lost the tournament. This clip got corrupted, so then I went back to ELO and I started playing against some known players. I fought Rubro a couple times. I fought Tryhard, and this is actually the instance at which I believe staff started to notice me. It's because Tryhard started calling me out in chat, and he was like, Airwolf is cheating, and such a important player like Tryhard calling another player out, you would take more note of it than if you had a random calling out another player, because, you know, you don't want to lose the faith or trust of this known player. And as we've seen before, staff will ban off of a third-person clip because a known player has brought to their attention that they believe that a person is cheating without checking to see whether or not that person is cheating. Appeals lobby. To get myself moved quicker, I changed myself to my main account name, banthatkid. So I got moved immediately because for whatever reason, I think that staff knew me. And they were like surprised that I got in there. They were like, what are you doing here? Like, like I was like, I got banned, and they were like, what account? And I was like, I got banned on Airwolf. And then immediately they said, you got banned because you were cheating. And then I was like, I wasn't cheating. Like, how did I get banned? And they were like, they paused for a second, as though to like, be like finding out like what the heck I got banned for. And then I think they just came up with the concept that I got banned off of logs. I know for a fact that I have never set off logs, but if they do want to say that I got banned off logs, this video here ends in 40 minutes after being started at 3:25 p.m. So if we're gonna go and check my logs here, I'm gonna prove this right now that I never logged off the server between this clip and the next clip that got corrupted there. So this is the log of me playing. So that last sentence there was said by, I believe, Scotty. So control find Scott Tay. Okay. Okay, so this is the point right here. So this is the point that I stopped recording. As you can clearly see, this log does not end there. I did not log off the server. Obviously, there was no commands put in. At this point here, I started fighting known people. I went into ranked, and I got matched up with, let me see, Jarcel. I killed him. The next person I got matched up with was Rubro. Like I said, I killed Rubro. I think I killed him twice, and then I with Tryhard, and this is the point that I said was insane. There we go. So this is after I beat Mindman God. Oh, you know what? This is ironic. This is the same guy that Hudge was fighting when he got banned. So I don't know if this is like some closet known person or something. Let me see if I can just find it again. I said Airwolf is insane. 2 seconds later, he says, never heard of you, Airwolf. I queue him again. And then, see, obviously now, since Tryhard called me out in chat, there's more people talking about me. I kind of rail him, and then he dies, and then he immediately says, lol, Airwolf is cheating. The next thing that happens is I queue Rubro, continue down here, and then I got banned by Clerk. If you guys agree with this, that I was not cheating in this clip here, and clearly I didn't log out between this clip and this clip, there's no possibility of me injecting any type of client or starting up any type of client. And if you look through the logs, you can't see me putting any commands in for any type of client. And like I said, clearly I'm not cheating here. I don't know why I would suddenly decide to start cheating in the 2 seconds between this clip and this clip. And the fact that I never set off any logs previously to this, and that the fact that staff randomly said that I set off logs, and the fact that staff won't present the logs to me to say what type of logs I was setting off, then you can probably come to the conclusion that I was not cheating. So even if you don't want to take what I say at face value today, you should take a look at your anti-cheat system and recognize the fact that if it is true that I got banned off logs, that your system is sending out false positives, and that there are legit people that are getting banned by the anti-cheat, and not fixing the situation and just deciding that everyone who got banned by the system must be cheating because you have a flawless system. You know, it's starting to sound a little bit like Badline here. Then you're going to lose some of your players. People are going to start to think that Arcane's a bad server, which it clearly is not. If you haven't checked out my last video, please go ahead and check it. Make sure to subscribe to Mikester, Hudge, iRoast, and Potfast. Go and support Potfast on his Twitter.